Happy Monday, everybody. Okay, I've got a little trick for you. This is some of the movie magic that Greg and I do. I'm actually filming this on Friday, but you're watching this on Monday. How does that happen? I don't know. Something about the internet makes it possible. Just kidding. But it is Friday, and we've got a big Sunday coming up. Why is it big? We've got the Super Bowl. And who's going to win? I've narrowed it down to two teams, either the 49ers or the Chiefs. But beyond that, my crystal ball is a little foggy. Seriously, though, it is Monday, and when you're watching this here, and I want to talk about some news that has been in the last couple weeks. Well, first, let's start with the U.S. debt level. You know, we've been talking about this a lot recently on our missives, how we're on an unsustainable track. And the U.S. debt is now up to $34 trillion. And that's such a massive number that I thought it might help to actually show what that looks like in a chart. So I've got a chart here from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And this is the United States debt over the last 100 years. And if you can see that, for the last 100 years, you can see how it was so shallow in comparison to now. And it was just going and going and going at a slow, steady rate. And then in the late 80s and 90s, it really started to pick up. And then in the 2000s, especially after 2010, it starts going to where now it's almost gone parabolic, up to the $34 trillion. So it doesn't take a finance expert to recognize that that is an unsustainable trajectory, right? The bigger problem is that it's growing faster than our economy. I mean, if our economy was also going that fast, that would be one thing. But our debt has now surpassed the economy and is growing faster than the economy can even keep up with. Now, you can do that for a while, but not forever. And that's what leads me to this first interview that I saw with a gentleman named Paul Tudor Jones. Some of you may know of him. He's a hedge fund manager who's been around, really made his name in the 80s. He's a billionaire now, and he actually compared the U.S. economy to an athlete on steroids. And that made me think of the Super Bowl, right? And he said that, yeah, the economy should be going gangbusters because we have an economy on steroids, but it's unsustainable, he said. And so I was thinking about, you hear about these athletes every so often that are on steroids that just do amazing things on their field or in their sport of choice, and they're just breaking records and just doing amazing things. And then you'll see that they have a heart attack like that, right? Or some organ failure, because the human body just can't handle that forever, but their performance masks the underlying problems, right? The heart strain or the organ strain or whatever, or the mental health strain. Well, that's what he says that the U.S. economy is doing. That, yeah, he says, is the economy is doing well, but it's masking the underlying problem, which he said is federal government debt. I wonder where you've heard that before. So then that reminded me of another interview that we saw last week, and you may have seen the same thing. It was Jerome Powell, the Fed chair president, was on 60 Minutes. And he said in this public statement on 60 Minutes, he said, debt is growing faster than the U.S. economy, and that was unsustainable. Then he called on our lawmakers to get the federal government back onto a sustainable path. Wonder where you've heard that before. Maybe he's been watching our Monday missives. So obviously that's a conclusion I came away from this, was that Jerome Powell has been watching our missives, and maybe Paul Tudor Jones as well, that you must respect debt, and the United States can't keep doing this. So with that, hope you guys had a great weekend. Happy Monday again. Have a great week. And Mr. Jerome Powell, thanks for watching. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye-bye.